I'm only live when it sends the email. Let's go. I didn't send the email. I don't like it when it doesn't send the email. Hey, Candace. What is up? Hope you're doing well. Would you like tarot or oracle? I got this new oracle deck, which I love. Oracle of Pluto. It's like about shadow work. And look how cute these cards are. It's like shadow puppets. So it's like, this is the salamander. Like, how cute is that? So cute. Has it? Woo. Okay, we are at the end of this Uranus transit, y'all. We have a few more days. So if you have any Taurus energy or whatever house Taurus is in, you're probably feeling this very acute kind of like intensity around those things. Hey, Carrie. Okay, cool. So Candace, do you want tarot or oracle? But yeah, so if you do have any Taurus placements, check that out because Uranus, which has been in Taurus for 7 years, is leaving on Saturday. And because of that, it's at the 29th degree, which is called an anaretic degree. And it's basically the most challenging degree of a sign because you're almost done like integrating the lesson of that energy. So it's like, it's kind of like that final lap after a really long marathon. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. You have a Taurus sun. So you are at the final stage of this really long marathon. And because you have a Scorpio rising, that means that your sun is probably in your seventh house. It could be in your eighth house a little bit. Um, so these past 7 years has been a lot about your relationships with other people and those changing and shifting unexpectedly and things just kind of being crazy. And so you're finally getting out of that energy of like everything having to be so connected to like relationships in terms of like affecting you. Then you're kind of moving into your eighth house, which is other people too. It's still a relational house, but it's more so about resources than like emotional bonds and trying to like mentally understand people. It's a little less about that energy. So you're going to get a little reprieve once Uranus moves into Gemini. And plus, it likes being in Gemini better. It does not like being in Taurus. So it has been crazy. Your birthday's Saturday. Cool. Happy birthday. Okay. Let's get you a card. Let's do an Earth Tarot. Taurus is in my first house and I'm ready for a huge pivot, preferably around my career. Yeah, so Taurus in your first house, that's your rising. That's been being affected for 7 years, making you feel maybe like you're trying to change, you're trying to glow up, you're trying to like get somewhere, but you keep getting starts and stops and starts and stops, and things just really haven't been clicking. It may have felt like really grueling and hard and difficult and just like exhausting, and maybe you've been feeling really lost about like who you are or what you're doing. This is for your name is just escaped me, but born for purpose. So yeah, it has probably been really tough over these past 7 years. So this tarot is for Candace, but what I was just saying about the Taurus rising was for born for purpose. Tell me your name again, Lovey. I'm sorry that I don't, it's not popping up in my brain. All right, what does Candace need to know as we're at this end of this transit? We have a birthday coming up. We have a solar return. So energetically, Candace, I feel a lot in your sacral. So it just feels like a lot of like kind of like resolving some emotional kind of tension that you've been holding on to. I'm getting like the word grudge, which is interesting. So that could definitely be something that you've been dealing with over these past 7 years because it's in your 7th house, so with other people. So I do feel like you finally kinda, like, resolving this kind of, like, tension you've been holding with others and just realizing like, "Oh god," anyway, it's kinda like that energy. So let's see. 6 of Pentacles, interesting. So this is about an interchange, right? And so this is actually Taurus energy. So this is about an energy exchange. And so as you're moving forward, this message for you is about really being mindful about how much energy you give to others and how much they're giving to you, and making sure that it feels harmonious and balanced, and that you're not over giving, you're not overextending, you're not over excusing, you're not over allowing. This feels like pulling that back into a place that feels much more balanced. Yeah, Queen of Cups. There you go. This is you realizing your worth and your value is not about how much you give, but it's also about how discerning you are in terms of that giving. Okay, the Queen of Cups, she's very intuitive, she's very loving, she's very compassionate, but she's also very open. And so there's this energy here about you being more discerning about what you're giving to and what's giving to you, and being okay with saying no, because the Queen of Cups can also be a little too nice or a little too overextending. So this is about you in this new year, really coming back into balance, understanding what is worth your energy, time, and effort, who is worth your energy, time, and effort, and not feeling like you need to like do more to get more, you know? So just meeting yourself where you need to be, and everybody else needs to come and meet you there too. Because if not, I don't know what to tell you, because this energy can get taken advantage of, and we're done with that. That's what you probably have learned over these past 7 years, is that line, that boundary. Bless. Candace said, man, that's exactly what this week has been. Yeah, it's at that last degree. So you're really learning how to say nope and not feeling bad, right? I told you I was feeling in the sacral chakra. When we feel bad, I hate that term. I feel bad. Why? Because you're being honest with yourself, and that might not make somebody else happy. That doesn't have anything to do with you. But when you are in that other energy with the 7th house being in Taurus, you might have been overly concerned about other people, especially this past 7 years. So that is your message. Moving on to Miss Carrie. Oh, you're a Taurus too. Wow, happy birthday. I wonder what house your Taurus is in, but I've been talking to a couple of Taurus suns recently, and it's been tough because it's really about, so Taurus like stability, right? Stability. I like to be sure. I like to, feel stable and secure and grounded, and just like, yeah, I can chill. These past 7 years, no chill. No chill, because Uranus is the unexpected. It's surprises, it's upheaval, it's constant kind of change, and like, ugh. And so that Taurus energy is like, please, can I just chill? And so you're going to get to chill, as we get into this weekend. You're going to be free of that. And if y'all can remember, think back until July of last year, between July 2025 and early November 2025. That was when Uranus moved into Gemini for a little sneak preview. And think back, was your life a little easier? Did you feel a little bit more together, grounded, calm, cool? Were things moving more smoothly? That is the energy that we're re-entering for the next 7 years. So, Carrie. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to shuffle again, but that was the 6 of Pentacles that came out again with Temperance, which is all about balance. So I do think this is about the energy balancing around you. Let's see for Carrie. The Fool, a new journey. Like I said, we're going somewhere new now. We're packing our bags and we're taking this leap. She's stepping right off the edge here into this space of what can be, right? There's finally this like freedom energy, Gemini energy that Uranus is moving into is going to create this sense of freedom for all of us as a collective and feeling way less weighed down, way less dense. And so for you, Carrie, there's something new coming. It feels really exciting. I feel like happy. Let's see what's on top. 8 of Cups. Yeah, we're walking away from what is just not working for us. This to me is that same type of energy. Like, okay, look, I have showed up, I have tried, I have out of obligation, I have been there and I have tried to make it make sense for me, but I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to see what else is out there. I'm ready to go on my own journey and like release what is no longer serving me, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a lifestyle, whether it's a mindset, whatever this is, whatever you feel like you emotionally just don't have the energy for anymore, that you've been trying, but it's just like not worth it. That's the energy that you're kind of like relieving and stepping into like this new space, which is going to be much more expansive and create a lot more different layers of experience that maybe have felt elusive or like you can't really like click into something over these past 7 years. So I feel like something brand new is coming. So that's exciting. Tierra was saying, I've been on the verge again to leave my current job because it feels like it's a block and a distraction. I've had the reoccurrence over the past 7 to 10 years. My question is, what will it take to transition? So what's interesting about that on the verge, 7 to 10 years, Taurus like surety, right? You have a Taurus rising. You want to be sure. You want to have like a plan. You want to make sure that what you're doing is going to like sustain and be like long lasting. So I'm really curious to see what comes up here for you, Tierra, because in order to leave something, you have to just be willing to let it go. Like, it sounds simple. I know it's not, but why stay where you are, because you already know where you are. I would say shift your perspective. Like, what would it take to transition? Shifting your perspective, saying like, you know what, why don't I look at this like, wow, I'm gonna have a new experience, I'm gonna do something new, and it's gonna be something more fitting for me. Because a lot of times, we'll see what comes through, but a lot of times we already know intuitively we need to go. Look, 4 of Pentacles, this is fear. Fear is holding you back. The stability, the surety that I was just talking about, that's holding you back. So what is it going to take for you to transition? Look, 8 of Cups on the bottom. We just talked about that with Carrie's pull, right? It's not serving you anymore. It's there for what? Because you feel obligated. Once again, this is a feeling of obligation because of like, oh, I don't know, am I going to have enough money? Is this going to work out? It's going to take risk, right? No risk, no reward. That's the energy. And so you have to be willing to say like, okay, Ace of Wands, exactly. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. Remember, we're also in all this Aries energy, right? So we have this like ambition, this drive, this courage, bravery, energy that's like also being very supportive of us. And that's kind of what you want to tap into, because you can't let fear, which is what this often speaks about, like, I don't want to let anything go because what if I let this go and everything kind of falls around me and then I don't have anything. Well, then you're just stuck being somewhere where you know you don't want to be, out of obligation instead of out of a sense of like true desire and soul calling, right? So shifting your perspective, understanding that you got to take a little bit of a risk, but knowing that you are going to be fine. Spirit's not going to just like put you out there and not show you something, not replace it with something better. But oftentimes as people, we get stuck because we're fearful of disruption. But the disruption or the discomfort is where the change and the growth happens. So that's kind of what you're dealing with. That's for Tierra. Amari. Hey, Amari. Thank you. Tarot, Oracle. I'll choose for you. Let me see what Carrie said real quick. Hallelujah. Definitely with work. Today was hard. My intuition told me to clean my cube for a clean break. Just not worth my efforts anymore. Thank you, God, for this new beginning. Yes. Girl, it's going to be exciting. Once Uranus moves in the Gemini, I'm telling y'all. Okay, so Amari, I'm going to do an oracle message for you. Let's see. What message does Amari need? To be fair. So this is about like making an assessment right now about something or a situation in your life. And I feel like things are working out in a way that's going to benefit you, but it also requires being honest about where it isn't, or also communicating what else you may need in order for things to be fair, right? When this card comes up, it's about like balance, which is a big thing when it comes to energy work, right? When we're wanting something, when we're wanting to have like maybe whatever this is, maybe you're wanting more money, or maybe you're wanting more opportunity or whatever. It's kind of saying like, okay, to be fair, if I want more of this, maybe I need to put more energy or effort into going and getting that instead of waiting. Or it could just also be like this energy of saying like, if things have felt difficult and it felt like, ugh, like when is it going to be my turn type of energy, this feels like something's starting to balance out for you as well. So I'm going to read from the guidebook. Number 38, which equals a 10, which equals a new beginning. So let's see. Balance, justice, and need to consider your options, mutual benefit, and the law of cause and effect. Life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time they strike a balance. You move from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving, to letting go, to being again. Life is a pendulum swinging between all of these states. You will always oscillate back and forth between doing and being. If you're not content where you are at this moment, remember that all experiences have their place. Accept them without judgment, and you will see how the universe adjusts in perfect balance. You reap what you sow. For every cause, there is an effect. Wondrous things will be revealed now. So, what I get from this, Amari, is like if you're waiting for something, like when is it? Like I just said, or a little bit ago, when is it going to be my turn? That pendulum's going to swing back your way sooner than later. So, just know that all the work that you've done, anything that you've dedicated to, anything that you've put energy into, it will come back to you. So don't feel as if it's in vain or nothing's happening. And for everybody, when Uranus moves into Gemini this weekend, we're going to start to see movement happening way quicker than it has been, because it's getting out of that slow ass Taurus vibe. The Sun Daughter. Hi, what's your name? Sun Daughter, love that. Just let me know your name, and then if you want tarot or oracle. Oh, it's Marina. Duh. I can't see, girl. I see you now. My Leo. Yes, it is time for change, and it's coming. It's here. So just know that it's here, and know that like that hard work, everything that you've been dedicating your energy to, it is going to come back. It always does. The energy is always trying to balance itself out. So when things feel too out of balance, something's going to come in and bring that energy back into balance. It's just how it works. Marina, Oracle. Okay, Marina, I'm going to do one of my new Oracle cards. It's the Oracle of Pluto. It's about shadow work and like moving through things. It's so cute. Look, they make little, it's like a little hand making a shadow puppet. It's so cute. So let's see where we may have like a block that we're kind of working through that might help you kind of move through the energy. Now for you, Marina, you're going to benefit from this transit ending as well. Why? Because Taurus is a fixed energy. Therefore, all fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, have also been affected by this transit. It's been slowing up the changes. It's been erratic. It's been chaotic. It's been disruptive for the past 7 years. So you're going to benefit from that moving out of Uranus, moving out of Taurus as well this weekend. And then when it comes to June, Jupiter is going to move into Leo. And then you're going to get all this expansion and abundance and all this good energy is going to come in. So your year is definitely going to start to feel way different as we get into the second half of the year. Okay. Especially energetically. What does Marina need to know? What are we working through right here? The Griffin. You got the Griffin. These are so cute. She's making a little shadow puppet, and then it's like there's a shadow of the Griffin. Like, okay, Griffin. So a Griffin is a lion, right? Like Gryffindor, Harry Potter, which is what? Oh my God, you're a Leo. We were just talking about that. What the hell? So yeah. So let's see what this message is for you because I just got this deck. So I haven't even read the message of this card yet at all. The Griffin. It's the last card in the deck, number 86. The super conscious. The Griffin is a mythical creature possessing the head, talons, and wings of an eagle, but the body of a lion. Thanks to the fusing of these two powerhouses, the Griffin has been used as a symbol of fierce power and impenetrable protection. While you'll never see one in real life, to see a Griffin in your dream is a compelling message from spirit. Thanks to the mythos of this being and the incredible height to which it soars, the Griffin possesses an incredible vantage point that reveals potent truths we can obtain only through spiritual enlightenment or through tapping into superconsciousness of the divine. If Griffin energy is at play, you're in a rare, fated moment in your life, and it's time to pay attention. Sometimes the Griffin is depicted as being so large it can blot out the sun. In this form, the Griffin is known as the Ziz, a creature from the Jewish mythology that can also allow the light of the sun to come through if it chooses. In both darkness and light, there are different experiences and truths to be found. There is a time to sit in the dark and silence, and a time to step out into the illumination and warmth of the sun. In this way, we can grasp that the divine is in all things. It is both light and dark simultaneously. There is an appropriate time for both, and the moment you must discern what you need. So, this is interesting because we're kind of talking about if you've been in a tough time. It's like remembering when we're in tough times, we are not spirit is still present. It's not like spirit took a break or a hiatus and is like, you know what, Marina, fuck off. You'll be fine. See you later. No, if you're having a difficult time, spirit is still there with you. So instead of feeling lost or alone or abandoned, it's like lean into spirit. What am I needing to know about this? What am I holding on to? What is the block? What is the issue? What am I not seeing, right? What needs to be illuminated to me so that you can work through whatever it is that's feeling like this shadow, that's feeling like this heaviness, right? So I think that's an important energy for you to get today in understanding that even if it feels like you're alone, you're not. But how can you turn to spirit and say, hey, I see that this is happening. What am I missing? What am I not learning? What do I need to know? What am I avoiding? What am I overlooking? And then maybe from there, getting a little insight might come through like, okay, I see, or maybe I'm repeating a pattern, or maybe I am whatever, right? Blessings. thanks. Hey, Brianna. Need a pull on love. Okay. Let's do a romance oracle. This is interesting. That's exciting. All right. Also, you guys, I'm going to be launching my website next week on the 1st. It's updated. So, yay. Okay, it's going to get up. It's getting finished, getting updated. What does Brianna need to know about love? I just saw getting to know each other. So do we have a new person in our life, Brianna? Is there someone new? Is there someone new around? Is there someone floating around? Oh, Kimberly, my Taurus, you missed everything that I was talking about. I'm going to reiterate it for you because I know you have been feeling this. This could be the one? What? Okay, this is for Brianna, and I just saw getting to know each other. So you've already met your romantic partner you seek. This is interesting. Let's just pull a tarot card as well, because now I'm curious. Who is this person, Brianna? Who is this? I'm going to talk to, so after this is Kimberly, and I'm going to go back over, if you guys have been on since the beginning, I've been talking about Uranus being in the sign of Taurus, Uranus, whatever, being in the sign of Taurus for the past 7 years. And it's really been fucking y'all shit up, okay? So Kimberly, I know you've been feeling that. And it's leaving. Finally, on Saturday, forever. Won't be back for until 84 years. So good riddance. Ooh, Brianna, this is exciting. Okay. So we have the 5 of Cups reversed. So when I see this, and look, the King of Cups. This is about you letting go of the past. Do not bring the disappointment of the past, the sadness of the past. That's in the past. Literally, 5s is about change, and it's coming up reverse. So this person is someone viable. They're open, they're willing, they're ready. They may be a little coy, a little reserved. They could be a Scorpio, they could be a Cancer, they could be a Pisces, they could have one of those placements. But really, they're a very sweet person that I feel is very genuine. And so if you're worried about that, I wouldn't be. That's just like the past residual energy kind of like circling around you. That's for Brianna. All these Taurus birthdays, all these Taurus. I love this so much. Okay, so Kimberly, your love life, your love situation. I'm hating life now. Okay, so this is what I was just saying to everybody. So Uranus, Taurus, right? You're a Taurus sun, which means for the past 7 years, Uranus has been bumping up against your sun, your energy, your core essence for 7 years, not giving you any rest, no chill, right? The exact opposite vibes of Taurus. No chill, no relaxation, no stability, no clarity, no roots, nothing that you can just count on, bet on. Like, no, that has not been the case because Uranus is the planet of change, the unexpected, upheaval, movement. And it likes to be in the sign that it's moving into, more so Gemini, because it's an air sign. So it functions better there. It does not like to be in a fixed earth sign that is Taurus. It's literally been fighting that energy for 7 years. So for you, I know you've been a client of mine for a lot of that time. It is inherently a time period of no resolution, Okay. You just can't get resolution on things. Things are changing, but they're not changing in a way that feels good. They're changing in the way that feels helpful, but like not good. Right. And that's kind of what your experience has been. You're finally getting out of that forever on your birthday. It moves into, because you're on the West Coast, it'll be actually be like early Sunday. It's like midnight. Uranus will move in the Gemini. Now, if you think back to July 2025 to November 2025, that little section of time, you probably felt better. You probably felt like, okay, my life feels better. Things are moving, things are changing in a good way for that moment. But then Uranus retrograded back into Taurus like November 7th. So then since then, we kind of went back to this energy of like nothing moving. That is that little preview of like, yay, is now going to come back and stay for the next 7 years. So just know, and we've been talking about this for a really long time, and you're a perfect testament of the energy and of astrology and how it can just be timing. And we've talked about timing from the beginning, and I know it drives you crazy, but it's true. The energy has not been right for things to stay and stick for you. It just has been unpredictable. And that is because Uranus transiting your Taurus energy, right? And I don't know what your moon's in. I mean, what house your sun is in, but that whole house sector has been like destabilized. So now you're finally getting free of that. And now stability can come back into play and like, oh, so I'm very happy for you. I'm very excited. It's in your second house. Yeah. So that's your house of, that is the Taurus house. The second house is the Taurus house. So that means stability, security, financial stability, like feeling safe, having this sense of worth, value in yourself, feeling good about who you are. Like all of those things have been really challenging for you to like get a handle on. And now it's going to move out of that. And that means Uranus is moving into your third house, which its home is in Gemini. That is going to probably result in lots of like connections and meeting people. And I talked to you about this, right? Meeting someone near you. That is definitely part of that energy. Unexpected meetings, unexpected connections, maybe even something from your childhood, someone that you knew a long time ago coming back around, getting introduced to someone from your siblings, like all that. So you're going to definitely start to feel different. Feel different. Look, Queen of Cups in the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is 180 degrees. So you can finally, I feel confidently saying this, Queen of Cups, you're finally going to start to feel differently. And I feel like you're finally going to get the love that you've been searching for, the relationship that you've been looking for, the connection that you've been asking for. This is 180 degrees. This is destiny. This is fate. This is written in the stars. This is going to happen energy. And I know I've been telling you that for years because it is. I'm not this reader I always follow. He says, I'm not a warlock on the hill. I can't tell you when, but it's going to, because it's just part of your story. It's just part of the energy that I've been reading on you for a while. And you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? You've been letting go, you've been learning, you've been releasing, you've been honoring yourself, you've been doing those things. And it has been very difficult. It has been very challenging because that is the signature of this transit. It hasn't been fun. It's not fun, but you have to do it because that is part of your soul journey. Now the Queen of Cups is here to kind of soothe you again, heal, bring love, bring this sense of like compassion and understanding from another human, I even feel. Yeah, the High Priestess. We don't know why until it's there. right? We don't know why. Even when I'm looking at this looks like Taurus energy. It's like a knowing that something's going to happen. You just don't know when. And this releasing, this change, this completion of this sadness, of this despair, of this grief, of this loneliness that is completing with the world here. What's after that? And now we're able to move forward. 3 of Wands. Now we're able to actually get things moving, get things going. So this is exciting. And I know you've felt a lot of anxiety around all of this. It's felt like wasn't ever going to happen. But this Wheel of Fortune, like I said, this is destined, right? It's like fated energy. And that's why astrology is so cool. Because if you want timing, there it is. The why of everything. Like, why did it take so long? Because Uranus was in Taurus, transiting your second house, and you weren't ever going to find stability until it got the hell out of there. Low key. It's not even just know that you don't have to look. So you're not going to have to look. It's going to just, okay. It is. It's just, it's going to unexpectedly come out of nowhere. I think the last reading that we got, I told you about like going to your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, grocery shopping, going to the movies, whatever. You're going to a show, going to a concert. I still feel that. I still feel that. And look, I got deception and very soon. You know what this is saying? You don't believe it. You don't believe it's going to happen. And then Spirit's like, but it is very soon. Okay. Like, I know it's hard to, but you've been healing family issues, right? That was part of what you had to do. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. This is exactly what has been going on. You were healing a lot of things. And because you had to do that healing, you're in this state of like, I don't even believe anything anymore, which is fair. But things are what they are, regardless if you believe it or not. Like that, just because you don't believe something doesn't mean it's not true, right? It's helpful to believe in it. It's helpful to have faith because that's what keeps us buoyant and that's what keeps us like our energy high. But when we have doubt, that creates this like block, not that you're blocking something for, because what's for you is for you, but what it does, it makes the experience less than stellar, which is kind of what you've been experiencing, right? Less than stellar vibes. And so that's why being faithful is important. Not to say like, oh, I just got to believe and it'll happen. It's more so like, no, I have faith that it's happening. And that faith is what keeps the energy more buoyant, more uplifted. So it feels less while you're waiting for the divine timing to step in and bring you what you're looking for. It moves literally on Saturday. Well, really Sunday morning, like 12 a.m. Sunday. Uranus moves out of Taurus forever. I'm excited because I have a Taurus moon, you guys, and I have been ready for my committed love to just click on in. I found him, but there's no commitment yet, right? So I've been in the same kind of like, cool. So what are we doing here? And now I feel like, okay, once it gets off my moon will finally be able to like have what it wants. Good evening, Bria. Thank you so much for joining. Would you like tarot or oracle? And don't tell me you're a Taurus too, Bria. Everyone has been a freaking Taurus tonight. Literally. I think I had a Leo and a Pisces, but then everyone else has been Taurus. You're so welcome, Kimberly. I'm excited for you. I'm telling you. It feels May, like we're almost in May. It feels like that soon. You are not a Taurus. Get the hell out of here. That is hilarious. What the hell? Happy birthday, you guys. Oh my God, do I attract Taurus? That makes sense. My moon's in Taurus. My midheaven's in Taurus. So like how like my visual, like how I'm seen is like very Taurus. So that's hilarious that all you guys are Taurus. That is so funny. Okay. Kimberly, one more. I believe that's for you. Okay. Bria. Good evening, Roderick. Just let me know if you want tarot or oracle, Roderick. I'm reading for Bria right now. Let's do this. Bria, did you hear my spiel about Uranus and Taurus that I've been talking about for an hour now? That I've said 85 times. If not, if your life has felt very difficult, you really couldn't get your bearings for the last 7 years, everything's kind of fell in and out. If everything has felt in and out, if everything has just felt like, where is the stability? My fixed little Taurus energy wants to just feel safe and calm. It's happening. This weekend, Uranus, the planet of upheaval, change, disruption, is moving out of Taurus energy finally. It's been in there for 7 years. So you're going to start to finally feel, I'm telling you, different. Your life experiences are going to feel different. Your world's going to feel different. It's going to feel much more like, okay, I can catch a break. Let's see what your message is. This is the Tower. This is what I'm saying. This is the change. And then I have the Five of Swords here. This is interesting because this is Uranus energy. And this is what I was just talking about. It's probably felt very chaotic for you. Maybe even recently. Maybe something recently just really happened and it was really big and it was really intense. And it was like, what the hell? Understand that that's kind of like the last little thing that needed to go. That's also part of this whole thing, right? We have to release things that are no longer in alignment. And so if something big happened, maybe got in a fight, maybe got in an argument, maybe there's something here that feels like, should I reconcile? Do I need to go back and, revisit it? Not necessarily. No, because when the Tower shows up, it's kind of removing, Five of Wands, something that's just not in alignment. It's not jiving. It's not helpful to who you are trying to become and where you're trying to go. Yeah, where you're trying to go, Three of Wands. So however this resonates with you, this Tower, whatever feels like shocking, like what the fuck, let that be what it is, because it's actually kind of opening up space for you to move forward and to like receive. So just know that like this is the last little moment of shock and awe. Okay. We're at the anaretic degree of this Uranus and Taurus energy. That means it's the very last degree and it's really intense and really challenging. And so it's going to definitely clear out anything that's like, no, you're not helping me. So let that be. Okay. Yes. Okay. I love these emojis. Okay. Roderick wants tarot. Cool. You're not a Taurus, are you, Roderick? Because I am, I cannot. That's crazy. Let's see what Roderick needs to know. Roderick, what does Roderick need to know? A Capricorn. Okay, another earth sign. We love a Capricorn. I love a Capricorn. Okay. You're so welcome, Bria. All right. What does Roderick need to know? Justice came out. So This is about, yeah, maybe this is about a relationship. Four of Wands. Four of Wands typically is about being on the path towards something that is going to bring you what you want, your achievements, your goals. It could be in your career. It could be in a relationship. You could have maybe met someone that you're thinking about, like, ooh, I really like this person. I think I'm gonna do my big one here. It could be that. It could also just be like finally getting to a place where things are working in your favor. Whatever this is very auspicious, meaning good energy right here. The Four of Wands brings us to what we're building for our life, Capricorn. All about legacy, all about effort, all about what am I creating? What am I going to have? There's something here that maybe you had to like leave, right? Potentially too to in order to get this justice. Maybe you're thinking about, you know, if this is about a relationship, maybe you're realizing like this isn't the relationship that I want. You know, however this is showing up for you, it's basically saying you're at a point right now where if you're being honest with yourself in whatever capacity and you're taking action based off the honest truth of who you are, what you want, and what's going to really make you feel like I like this. This is going to work for me. And you move in that direction, you're going to succeed. You're going to achieve. I'm in school building towards your career. Yeah. So that's what this energy is talking about. You made the right choice for you and you're on the path and it's going to get you where you're trying to go. So just continue to like honor your truth. And sometimes it might be hard, right? You got to do something, it's kind of hard, but that's part of like that creation of that success. So justice also speaks about like the balancing of things, like making sure that you are um got it. When you so that's why justice is here. It's kind of like, don't worry about that because you're on the right path for your future self and you will have what you need. You will have what you need as you're on this journey. You know how to have make money, you know how to you have that already. So don't let that stop you from staying the course, staying on your path because you will achieve your goal. So don't say like, "Oh, I don't know if I can afford this because this." No, there you are right there. The Knight of Pentacles. This is all about slow and steady, one foot in front of the other. This is reliable energy. You're going to absolutely get where you're trying to go. And you're going to be able to survive in the midst of doing so too. So don't get, if you're younger, look, the Fool's here. If you're younger, Capricorn, it's really important to be okay not having money like you want when you're in the pursuit of making it eventually, right? It's kind of like one of these things where you have to, what can happen with Capricorns is that they get too, sorry, y'all. I didn't realize I was still logged on to Sanctuary. What the hell? What happens with Capricorns is that they sometimes, especially younger Capricorns, they can get too worried about money, money, money right now. And then that throws them off their path. And then it throws them off their like ultimate like achievement or what they could have had because they're too worried about the right now, which is understandable, very Capricorn, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to get to where you're trying to go. You're going to have all the money that you ever wanted, and you're going to be doing the thing that you want to do. But in the meantime, in between time, stick to your goals. Yes, Dana, girl, I've been talking about this transit since I got on here. So thank you for asking about it because I have been running my mouth about it. About how like I didn't realize how significant, right? This transit has been and how it's really been jamming up things. So I cannot wait. So let's see what's coming through for you. Let's do my galactic star. What's going on with Zaina for this new Uranus and Gemini energy? What is going to be changing quickly for Zaina as we move into this Uranus and Gemini energy? What is going to be changing here for Zaina quickly? What's going to be coming in? What has been held up? And what is now going to be free to be and move and whew, for Zaina. You've held on strong, girl. Strength card. You've been strong. You've been faithful. You've been brave. You've been courageous. You know, you've learned to tame the fear in the midst of all this weird transit, right? And so now I feel Queen of Wands. There's this now we get what we've been manifesting, right? When I think of Queen of Wands, she's a master manifester. So now, because you've been resilient, because you've been faithful, because you've never wavered, you're going to finally attract what you've been trying to attract, right? This is something about you, like you being seen, your light kind of finally, like, where's Taurus in your chart? Because it kind of feels like to me it's getting off of, is it like in your 12th house maybe? It feels like it's finally letting your light back into the spotlight, like, oh hey, I've been here, hey, if you're looking for me, here I am. Like, that's what it feels like. What's underneath this? Look, the Hermit. Yeah, you've been like hidden. Something's been hiding you. Yes. Oh my God, girl, I wish I would have been thinking about this transit, all these readings that we've done, because that's been what it is. It's literally been like cloaking you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. That's so now it's kind of like coming out. Hold on, you guys, 1 second. Okay, sorry. So yeah, this is so interesting to me because I literally feel like your light has been like, it's kind of looks like to me, it looks like something like flickering, right? Think about Uranus and like a lightning bolt, right? And it's been like zapping your 7th house. So it's been like Frankenstein, like it wakes up and then it's like dead again, and then it like wakes up and it's like dead again. So I think that that's finally kind of like releasing once Uranus moves into Gemini. So that is very exciting. Your Queen of Wands energy, it's coming back on board. I love it. That makes so much sense. And I kind of want to pull a romance card just because. And also for your patience, because I had to take a call from the love of my life. Roderick said, thanks. What you said is very true. I've been worried about finances more than anything. It's truly distracting. Thank you for the reading. You're so welcome. Look, Zaina, very soon, calling in your soulmate. Clearly decide what you want. It comes for you now. And your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. That's that strength card that I was talking about. That's that resilience. That's that courage. That's that never giving up vibe. All right, bless. Yes. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I think I read for everyone. You can always book a personal reading with me. I'm going to be launching my new site on May 1st. On the Scorpio full moon, my prices have increased a little bit. So I hope to still read for you guys, but my prices have gone up because I've been delaying that for so long to do that. And so it's kind of like my getting my jitters out of my way and saying, Cidnee, it's okay. You can do this. So I hope to still read for all you guys privately. I will be on here as much as I can. Of course, I'll probably be back on here next Thursday unless I'm doing something. And yeah, you guys check out the House of Arcana. It's our online community. It only works if you guys talk on there. So far, it's just been me and Keisha talking. But if you guys want to, go check it out. We're looking for other practitioners as well. We'll be releasing the Book of Arcana, which is our practitioner directory. So that's coming up. So lots of cool things are coming. Arcana is expanding, and I'm so excited. And Uranus is moving into my house of career. So I am feeling the vibes, bro. So I'm really feeling like, okay, things are happening. Finally, right? That's my finally. Yes, happy birthday, all you Taurus. Happy birthday, Kimberly. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.